Kansas City. I can't wait to get to your wonderful town. I'll be there January 20th through the 22nd. Get your tickets for those dates and all dates at ryansickler.com.
The HoneyDew with Ryan Sickler.
Welcome back to the HoneyDew, y'all. We're over here doing it in the Night Pants Studios. I am Ryan Sickler, ryansickler.com, Ryan Sickler on all social media. Happy New Year to all y'all out there. I hope you had a great holiday season and the best to all of you this year. All right. Come out, see me on tour. Tickets available at ryansickler.com. We're still running out there. Please subscribe to the YouTube, as always, I mentioned. And the Patreon. The Patreon ain't going anywhere, y'all. It is the HoneyDew with y'all. It's $5 a month. And that's right. We're keeping it $5 a month right now. Still. And you get the HoneyDew a day early ad free at no additional cost. All right. You sign up for a year, you get over a month free. All right. And if you or someone you know has a story that has to be heard, please submit it to honeydewpodcast@gmail.com. Hopefully we'll get to do an episode together. You know what we do over here, y'all. We highlight these lowlights. We find a little light in the darkness. These are the stories behind the storytellers. I'm very excited to kick off the new year with a guest returning here. Please welcome back Andrew Santino. Welcome back to the HoneyDew. All right.
I miss that Arsenio when he used to do
That's that Cleveland Dog Pound.
I know.
I thank you for kicking the 2022 year off with us, by the way.
God bless. We're out here, 2022. We made it, baby. God bless. We made it. We're alive. We made it through Christmas.
So far.
Well,
good.
We'll see. We'll see what Omicron does to us or whatever.
Plug everything you'd like, please.
All right, 2022. I'm over the hump of halfway point on my tour. And this year I've got, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Albany, Foxwoods, DC, Atlanta, Chicago, February 5th, Chicago Theater. That's my homecoming.
Yeah. What a great fucking time. I mean, even I get love in Chicago. They are a very supportive city. They really are.
Then I do Kansas City, St. Louis, Vancouver, Seattle, Portland, and I end this bitch in Vegas. Vegas at the Wynn, March 26th. And I need people to come out because that's how I feed my family. Okay?
Your family of...
Just me and her. Just two. She's expensive, dude. Women are expensive.
Hey, man, they eat. They eat too, man.
Lot,
they
eat
too. Like that on that low key. Oh,
I know. When we went out and had pizza. Remember that after the store we went to have pizza?
Mm-hmm.
And your girl wanted another slice and you were like, mm-mm.
I was like, no.
One and done.
One and done. I was like, maybe I'll give you half of this one I'm not eating right here.
You get the crust. You get the crust of this other one.
I have a lot to talk to you about, but
give it to me. I love seeing
a few things. I want to talk I want to talk to you about touring right now because you said you've got some frustrations. You
Big
just
time.
told me you were depressed about something and I want to talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
It's very pertinent to what we do, and then I want to ask you some family shit. So,
okay, hit me.
You tell me. What do you want to talk about first?
The touring thing that I talked pretty candidly about. The tough thing is like, you know, I think things that people don't know, the public doesn't know, is like once you start selling tickets in clubs, and then you get these offers to do theaters, and there is no handbook. We're all kind of green, so they're like, oh, then you could play theaters, and you're like, okay, so I'll try that. But when you play clubs, it's partly their internal promotion, partly because people know the club and then they follow you as well. So it's like three things are hitting. For the theaters don't do any promotion, barely. And if they do, no one's following a theater on Instagram.
Listen, let's be honest. I've been bitching about the clubs aren't promoting anything either.
I know, dude, but the theaters literally do zero.
I haven't. Go look at the clubs. The clubs are throwing up one thing on their Facebook and gets 9 likes.
I know, but at least the club has a history, right? So
True.
People who are locals know.
Right.
But with theaters, it's you, dude. I mean, it's YOU. Yeah, Live Nation ain't doing it. Ticketmaster ain't doing it.
Yeah.
You know, they do little things here and there, but
they're taking.
Oh, yeah, they're taking.
They ain't doing it. That's the business, bro. We ain't doing, but we're taking.
That's
we are taking
Ticketmaster.
all.
We ain't doing, but we're taking.
That's a convenience fee,
right?
For
well,
who?
it's inconvenient for me.
Yeah,
stop charging
that
me.
Convenient? $11 on a $9 ticket.
So doing the theaters has been tough because this is my first time learning And nobody wants to talk about this stuff in stand up, that it's difficult emotionally if your ego, you know.
Tell me about it.
Because
yeah.
because it's
I'm
like
not there.
I know who I am. I'm not I know I have a good fan base, but like you have to do all this work, and then your teams, your agents or managers or all these people, like they want to push more dates on you and add more shows, and your worry grows because you're like, can I do that? How do I promote it now? What do I have to do online to like grow that audience? Louis puts up a date, you sell, you know, those guys do, it's just different. I'm in this kind of middle ground where it's like I can sell good tickets, but also adding shows is sketchy, and you might not sell out the other one, or you might just sell really well for 2 shows or 3 shows. But you have to put in all this work, and there's anxiety that goes into it. And then when people tell you in the business, they're like, just let it go. Just, you know, but you can't, because you work so hard to get to this place. You're not just going to sit back and be like, whatever happens, happens. I mean, I wish I had that mentality. I don't think most comics do, because we started at the bottom. To get here took so long.
But also, these people that are telling us these things have 401ks.
Yeah, they sit at a
have
desk.
fucking paid sick and vacation days.
Yeah.
They have pensions, probably.
Yeah.
They've got fucking all kinds of shit that we don't have.
Yeah,
It's easy to
nets.
tell somebody that has no net when you're sitting in one,
right,
to just, it's all right.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You're fine.
No, you're rowing away.
No,
My
you're good.
boat's on fire. You know, like, you're good. It's fine. Nah, get to the back, man. Weigh it up.
The big flames aren't coming for a while. No, you know what I compare it to is like when, and I love Jim Carrey, but when I was working for him on that show,
Showtime
on I'm
series.
Dying Up Here. Yeah, one time he said to me, you know, he was talking about becoming more minimalistic, and I joked with Eric Griffin afterwards. I was like, you know, only super, super rich people can talk like that. When people talk like when they go, you just got to get rid of possessions, dude. You just got to be free, man. You just got to let go, let God. You're like, you can't say that the guy that has 3 jobs.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? He can't let go and let God, because God will kill him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and no disrespect to Jim, it was just, you have to, and Jim came from 0 too. He was broke when he started. He was poor, and then he earned all this money. But only with money comes that kind of perspective about how things are.
If you weren't telling me to let go, let God when you were broke,
right?
Then don't telling me that
now.
Bullshit when you're a gazillionaire.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I compare it to the same thing of like when they say don't worry about it, or you're doing fine. It's not going to ease your anxiety and your depression. I've been super candid about my mental health on our show, on my show with Bob, and my personal show, that like, you know, I have anxiety. I have severe depression. I've been diagnosed. I've gone through waves of it over the years. It goes way up. It goes way down.
What's your anxiety? What brings your anxiety? Outside of obviously making a living, we all have,
and our career, the anxiety of life.
Sure. What outside of professional?
I think a lot of times I feel like, you know, you get scared if you're doing all the other right things. Am I being a good enough friend, husband, family member, community? Like, am I being more than just my job? Because this job is all consuming. I just told you my schedule is absurd. I mean, our schedules get absurd. I have 4 or 5 things every day, and then shows at night. And then it used to be I could grab coffee with someone. Now it's impossible. Yeah. It's just gotten harder because you're filling up your plate, because you're like, well, I need to do all these things to get this other thing done. But then I have anxiety at night, like, well, am I even doing enough as a human, or am I just operating as a business machine now because I have to keep up? You know, you have to hold this thing up. It's kind of like when you were a kid and you used to hear about guys that like were keeping up with the Joneses. You know what I mean? And then you find out he's been stealing from the company and he's upside down in his mortgage. You know what I mean?
We're 20 grand in on an in-ground pool, man. What are you talking about?
That's what I mean. It's just that fear of like, oh, you have to hold up all these things.
Yeah.
And for me, those things I'm holding up are outside of the business. It's like, am I being a good enough family member, friend, partner? Am I doing these things right? And it's really hard on you. Am I calling enough people just to say what's up, to check in, to try to schedule a good dinner? It's super difficult because your schedule gets overwhelmed. What you said before the show, cutting the grass. It's like, we don't have the luxury of just being like, oh man, Sunday's a down day for me. It's like,
what are you doing on Sunday? I'm going to watch the Ravens, and after that, I'm going to fucking put my headphones on. I'm going to listen to the the
post-game wrap-up.
Post-game wrap-up from the app in Baltimore.
Yeah.
105.7 The Fan.
The Fan.
Yeah.
105.7
And then I'm going
The
to
Fan.
cut the fucking grass.
And cut the grass.
God.
I want to do that, but I want to be that. I want to do that sometimes. And sometimes I do get to live that life. And I'm not, by no means, because I know the audience sometimes, like champagne problems, like cry me a river. But like, no matter who you are, no matter what you're earning or what your job is, we all have our own little issues. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, what we do, I say it all the time, it's a very selfish thing. It's just by nature, it is a selfish profession to go in and do this because it's all about you. And it has to be because once you do get to another level, now you've got to maintain and provide for your family, whatever.
Yep.
So I say it all the time. We're still comedians, but this is our family business. Like it's not just I go on stage anymore. The 80s. It is the podcast. It is the Patreons. It is the
video sketches and merch,
the sketches, the promos, the photos, the graphics, the artwork.
We are mom and pop all in one shop.
This is our family business.
Right.
And everybody out there, I know they say champagne, whatever. They've got their family businesses. And all of us had adversity the last almost 2 years with this shutdown. So a lot of people, hustlers like us and people out there like you guys, have their foot on the fucking gas. We have coffee here, bro.
That's why I have too much. This is my
good
14th coffee.
Here, I've spent money.
No. I want that coffee, baby. That's what I'm drinking. I'm getting the last drops of that. No,
I saw you hitting that corner.
No, but you know what it was? Oh yeah, it was
corner of a round cup. I saw you get it though. That's the corner of the round cup. Right
you know what it is though, for real. Is like you just. There are two ways to look at it, right? Some people are good at just like letting go and figuring it out as it goes. I was never that guy, and I don't think I'll ever be that guy. So,
well, go back to your background. Your dad's not around, in and out of prison. You're raised by a single mom.
Single mom until she met my stepfather, who became who became my father in a formidable sense. Became like, taught me how to ride a bike and throw a ball and swing a fist, and you know what I mean. And like,
yeah, but you've got a mindset of I've got to do this.
Yeah, but it was also because it was kind of like, not that I had to grow up fast. But I guess it was like living in the city with my mom. You just had to figure it out a little bit. It was like, the phrase like grow up. I say that sometimes in a mean way when somebody says something like grow up, like get over it. It's you can't control it. It's gone. It's over. It already happened. And that comes from kind of my mom's mentality. She was kind of tough love in a good way, but she was also like, you got to get over it. It's done. It's already happened.
Yeah.
You're going to complain about it all day now. It's done. I mean, dude, we joked about this at Thanksgiving. This is how different the 80s were. Because I lived close enough to school in the city where the bus wouldn't get me because it's in like a mile and a half was the radius or something like that. But my mother didn't want me to walk because it was the city, and it's also like a little kid by himself, and she couldn't because she was working full time and couldn't afford to hire somebody. So there was this dude who was like him and his wife, they drove this old station wagon, the old Crown Vic Woody. And they picked up kids from our neighborhood.
Oh my God, this sound further.
Right. No, it doesn't get bad. It doesn't get bad.
But imagine the sales pitch of this couple being like, we'll drive your kids.
You're gonna pick up your kids. You're gonna pick up all 7 of your kids. Dude, there would be like 6, and we'd be in those old.
That's the early Uber right there.
It was Uber. Share. But people remember, if you remember those old, like the station wagon Crown Vics, first of all, the bed of those things was like an F-450.
Oh, yeah,
it was
huge.
It was 55 feet, dude.
Yeah.
It was a yacht.
Carpeted.
It was a yacht, carpeted yacht. And if you didn't get picked up in time, or your route was, because he changed all the time depending on the traffic, you wouldn't get the bench seat, the bench back seat, which was you could fit 14 little kids in that bench seat. No one's got a seatbelt on,
right? Yeah.
And you would have to get in the back. If you didn't get a bench seat,
how many kids are getting in the back?
10. Just rolling around. I mean, just
hilarious.
And if you were really unlucky, you had to sit on a wheel well. You know what I mean? Then you
get burned and shit. Like that goes out of my back.
It was too hot because the metal was frying it, dude. We'd be bouncing around. You'd hit your head on those windows at least 4 or 5 times on the way home because it'd stop fast and you'd smack your head on the side.
And he's just some neighbor
some guy from the neighborhood.
How long did he take you to school?
I mean, I did it for 2 years. 2 years he used to pick me up.
You rode in his car.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah. And you know what's so funny is, and sometimes he'd be late, because this guy just lived his life. And I would be standing in the rain outside of school when it'd be closed. I remember standing in the rain.
For the home ride back home?
For going back home. And I remember how mad I was. And I thought to myself, I could just walk. I could just walk home. But then I knew if I walked, my mom would have beat the shit out of me. If I walked all the way home. Because back then, Cabrini Green was still there.
What's Cabrini?
Cabrini Green was like the projects.
Okay.
It's not there anymore. Robert Taylor was the most famous projects, but Cabrini Green were pretty famous. And now it's like right next to a kind of a nice area. Now they're condos and you know what I mean? But back then it was still there. So it was kind of a sketch. If I was walking around there, it's like, no one's going to really fuck with a little kid, but it's just the idea that's like,
how little are you? Like 8, 9?
I was 7.
That's my daughter's age right now.
7.
I can't imagine letting her walk on a city street.
A mile?
By herself.
Yeah, come on, man. But back then,
yeah.
But I did get to walk around. Like there was a White Hen Pantry down the block and around the corner that I used to go there and steal donuts. They had Long John donuts. That was my favorite. But I was so low to the ground, I could sneak in and walk out. And the dude would never see me, behind the counter. Because and what was he going to say? But White Hen was like 7-Eleven. It's the same kind of thing. But she would let me go walk to the White Hen or walk to little spots around or the grocery store. But in retrospect, it was funny because now you would never.
Not only would you never, if you did, you'd be arrested.
Yeah, you go to prison.
You would absolutely be
child
arrested.
endangerment.
Yes, it would. Yes.
Let him running around.
There's no doubt about that.
But anyway, so going back to her tough love was always a part of my family's thing. And so because of that, I think I had to figure out a lot of stuff on my own, take the risk. This whole career is a risk, whether or not people like it or to hear that. But like, it's a sketchy risk. I sat in bed when I first moved out here, sitting on a mattress literally on the ground in a partitioned off dining room that I talked about last time I was here, sharing one bathroom with 4 guys, and I was scared I couldn't make $385 rent. I was so scared. I was so scared that, I'm not kidding. I was like, if I sell enough blood or sperm or body parts, maybe I can pay rent again.
I've looked into it. I talked about it here.
You've been there. We've all been there where you're like
donating
plasma,
sperm.
Yeah,
I've looked into plasma, but plasma was deep. I looked into sperm, and my grandmom, she's alive at the time, and she was very upset. She's a Catholic woman telling me that these are still my children. These are still my children. It's not some load I'm shooting into a fucking sock. These are my kids out there. It is. So, but what I realized when I actually sat down and I started making phone calls, and there's no internet. I'm talking to all these nurses, these people, and what I learned was that you're only allowed to donate 2 samples in a certain mile radius because although it might be improbable, it's possible that those 2 could be male, female, and
then mate,
and live in that same. How many people do you know from high school stayed in the same area?
I mean, almost.
And then have children and unknown be incest.
Wow,
isn't that crazy? And
Someone's
I was like, so you tell me I only get 2 loads in Maryland? I mean, I didn't think I'd have to go across country. I was about to drop 20 in this area.
Yeah, but Maryland's not that big, bro. You got to move. I know. That's why Texas is great. You use a sperm map of Texas. You can keep moving around.
Texas,
Houston
California,
one weekend, Dallas
Alaska.
the next weekend.
I got kids all running off.
I thought about it, dude, and I got scared, and I thought, well, this is a bad idea. This is going to come back to haunt me. But anyway, so that anxiety is what I still carry today. As the man I am today, I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. I'd like to think one day it will. Money doesn't solve that problem.
No.
Time, I think, will start to heal it as I get more comfortable with what I'm creating in my career. And also, I need to learn how to step away. Vacation Santino is the best version. My lady always says that to me. She's like, dude, you're the best on vacation. I don't check my phone. I'm not on the internet. I don't give a fuck. There's no schedule. We don't plan shit. We just do it. We just walk around till we're like, this looks like a cool place to chill. We'll go hang out somewhere. We don't make grandiose plans. We literally go to the place that we want to go on vacation, and we just figure it out as we go. And if we can do it, we'll do it. If not, we won't. And then that's it. And that's what I love, because I can't do that here. Here it's like noon to 1, 1:30 to 2, 2:30 to 4, meet with this guy, call, stand up, go to bed, wake up, all over again. So the anxiety is fueled from not feeling like I and not are enough of a human outside of my job, that's where the anxiety comes from. And the depression comes from,
You said you were diagnosed. What does that mean, and how did you get diagnosed?
I think I had a pretty, when I was in college, I think I spoke about this, but I had on here, I think I had ocular migraines that I still get sometimes. I go blind in my left eye.
For how long? I don't remember you. You may have very well.
Sometimes 30 minutes, sometimes up to an hour and a half.
I mean, are you shitting yourself thinking you're going to be?
Well, when it first happened, I did. And so I had like a break.
I
almost had like a psychotic break. So I had a severe panic attack. I passed out. I couldn't breathe.
Damn.
I went to the ER because I thought I was going blind. I thought something was wrong with my brain. I did MRIs and CAT scans and blood work and, and my girlfriend at the time, God bless her, she did take me everywhere. She was doing everything. And then I left her in Arizona when I moved.
I can see now, bitch.
I'm gone. No, we had no business being together. She had to fly free. I had to go to LA and fail. But anyway, but she would take me to the ER and all that stuff. And after all this blood work got done, and then I went to see a few different doctors. And they were like, well, what this is a combination of kind of like not a psychotic break, but I had an emotional breakdown because of the pressure of ending school and if I was going to leave and where I was going to move and how I was going to start my career. And I just piled everything on my shoulders and let it sit and sit. And then it kind of all cracked at the same time. So the ocular migraines were a product of high amounts of stress, terrible diet, no sleep. And it was all like the snapping point. My body just gave up. And it was kind of a sign of like me not taking care of myself at all. And on top, I was just hiding depression through not sleeping and partying and trying to forget about everything and not caring and pretending like I didn't have an attachment to my future. And then that was eye-opening for me to be like, you have these, I had these heavy waves of emotion where I would get super, super high and really, really, really low, almost bipolar. And so
what are you feeling at your lowest? Like,
not, this is not funny to joke about. Not suicidal.
Okay.
No, it's not funny to joke about, like, cause I know that's a real thing for people, but like, that never came into my mind even a little bit. Like I thought that was crazy even when I was at my lowest. But when I was at my lowest, I would think about, this is a really funny turn of phrase, ending it all, but not my life, ending whatever I'm doing, being like, I'm going to disappear. I'm almost like social suicide.
I see.
It was like, I'll leave everyone. I won't talk to anybody ever again. And I'll start something else somewhere else.
What would you do? I know you've put thought into it,
back then
but not enough, I'll bet.
No, but back then I used to just, and sometimes it enters my brain today of like, wouldn't it be wild to this is disgusting. It's almost sociopathic to be like, wouldn't it be wild to just leave and not tell anybody, friends and family, and just go get a labor job in the middle of nowhere, shave my head, you know what I mean? And go live in the middle of nowhere, nothing, and just work a job with my hands, go to work and go back to my little trailer.
Santino's roofing. I'm telling you, out in Omaha. Yeah, he is, man.
In the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I just want to live in the middle of nowhere and don't talk to anybody and just, that was my getaway. My getaway was like, what if I just left? And it's not like I'm leaving for another family or another thing. I wanted to just shed all the pressure and that's how I think some people do feel that way, that they're like, what if I could just get rid of all this shit and just disappear and not die, but just try to start over again or something, because the pressure gets insane. So that's what I would feel when I was at my lowest. It was like, how do I escape? Yeah. How do I escape? I don't want to end my life, but
I just want to get out of this one.
I want to get out of this one. Yeah. It's wild, which is funny it's funny because like, I always used to say, I'm too selfish to kill myself. You know how they say people that kill themselves are super selfish? I said, I'm so selfish, I won't kill myself because I want to know what happens. You know what I mean? I'm such a selfish, self-indulgent brat that I'm like, I want to know where this thing ends up. I don't want to take care of myself. I don't want to do that now. But
now.
I don't want to do it now.
There's a chance.
You never know. But you know what we talked about? I talked about in the barber the other day. I said, we were listening to, I know I'm jumping all over the place, but that's how my brain is. But Future Islands is a great band. Do you know who that is? It's a great band, dude.
Okay.
You want to see a great performance. Future Islands did a performance on David Letterman right at the end of Letterman's run. And my God, you could always tell when Dave liked a band when he went over there and he was like, oh, wow. Like he would get it.
Hell, he had the Foo Fighters like what, every night to close it out? Yeah,
But you could just feel when he liked somebody. When he didn't like, or when he didn't care for it or was whatever, he was like, hey, give it to this guy. How about that? That's great. Watch this performance of Future Islands on Letterman. It will blow your mind. He's so animated and the singer's he's beating his chest, and Letterman was blown away. And it kind of catapulted these guys. Anyway, I'm at the barber and he's got it on in the background. I was like, man, the passion in this guy's songs, and they're so they're like so heartfelt and gut wrenching a little bit. Like you can feel the sadness in them.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Oh, it was so real. But then I said, we were just sitting there. It was really quiet. It was just me and him in the whole barbershop. And I said, I wonder if him playing those songs every weekend makes him sad. Because in the same way that comics, people don't understand, is like making people laugh sometimes can kind of get you in a down place because you're exuding all this energy to make other people feel. And sometimes you're not feeling much because you're so focused on making other people feel. And especially with music, if you're not connected to music, you're probably playing bad music. But if you're connected, it's probably good fucking music.
Oh yeah.
No matter what
Make
category
you cry
it is.
in the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bag of peas. Like, this is it. But I think I was like, I wonder if that really sometimes gets him down. And that because we talked about how Chris Cornell committed suicide. I was in that hotel. How wild is that? I was in Detroit interviewing Golden Tate.
Wait, at the
when he was
same
with the
time?
Yep.
No.
I was there that
same
weekend.
night?
I was there. We were there.
Holy fuck.
We were there because I was interviewing Golden Tate for a show I did called Here's the Rub. It was like this character-driven show where I played this Russian. It's a whole thing. It was for Yahoo Sports. It was fun.
How about that? It goes back to get 'em, Russia.
Get 'em, Russia. That's exactly right.
That goes
It
all
back.
the way to the feast.
So, but we were there, and I said about when Cornell killed himself at that hotel. I was like, did that dude play such a long career of passionate, heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching music that it finally caught up to him? Like, man, I can't.
That's interesting.
I mean, I don't know if that's the case.
Well, think about it. I do this 5-minute journal every morning, and it's just an exercise of positivity, and you're writing positive things. I'm grateful for this. I am this. And in the nighttime, these great things happen. What could I have done better? And it trains your brain to think glass, for me, half full, not half empty, right? So if you're always writing something positive and it can shift your brain that way, it would make sense to me that if every day you wrote that you hated your life, you hated yourself, you hated your career, that would find
it's gonna go.
And, yeah.
At some point.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
And it's not what
I don't know if I'm not a
not
doc.
all of his songs were that, but I mean, a lot of his stuff was heart-wrenching. It was very, like his guts were out. Do you know what I mean? It was so real.
His version of Nothing Compares to You.
Oh my God.
Man. That's
unreal.
It's unreal.
So anyway, so we were talking about that, and I thought, you can let it get to you. It really does get to you, because when I had, my little like break, you really understood your body was just done dealing with your anxiety and your stress. So I'm learning how to manage it better. Exercising definitely helps me personally. Getting up in the morning and just going to do it, it's great. Something about it has changed the way also as you get older, I can't eat the cheeseburger right before bed anymore. Those days are gone because you feel way worse in the morning, and I see it, I feel it. But going to the gym will make me mentally and physically feel better. So I've been doing, that's been my balance to battle anxiety and stress. And then also taking time to just go away. I take drives at night, that's nice. Yeah, I do it all the time. It's kind of weird. At first she was, she was adverse to it. She's like, where are you going? Where are you running? Away. And I was like, I just like to sit in the car with no music on and just think. And I just take long drives. Because I used to do it when I was a teenager. I used to go for a drive all the time. Nobody does it now. But because gas is $85 a gallon.
Yeah, you're fucking breaking the bank.
But, join the Patreon so I can keep taking them rides.
It's for my mental
It's for my
health,
yeah. But I'll take long drives. I'll go way up Santa Clarita. I'll go way out there, drive around. I don't know. It just gives me a way to like escape at night, because sometimes sitting in the house is like,
driving's always been a freedom.
I love it, dude.
I do too.
I love it so much.
I hate being a passenger.
Yeah, no, I hate it.
I hate it.
I don't want to be in your car. I want to be in my car, and I want to drive it.
I want to be driving.
Yeah, wherever I want to go.
Yeah.
So that kind of helps me. But I found little tricks to help me out. But that's not to say, dude, there's bad days. There's bad weeks. Luckily I don't have bad months. I don't go through like big chunks like that, but I go through consecutive days, consecutive weeks, and then I'll slowly start to turn out of it.
And what's usually a shift that helps you?
Talking to family helps a lot. Talking to my mom, perspective. And then also, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, but work. Like a lot of times getting up on stage when I'm in a bad way does help me kind of get to a better balance. Like, see, there's a community that loves you and appreciates you, fans and our friends. And then there's like, it like rejiggers your insides. Like, hey man, don't you know people value you, you value them, you value this world, you put work into this thing. There is a mutual, there's a reciprocation in this thing that you've built. So go be in it. So sometimes being in it helps me get away from being deep and in my head and stressed out and sad. And, although I like to escape from work, but sometimes work is the thing that goes, hey, work being stand-up specifically.
Yeah.
But like, it just gets me back to like, knowing there's a community that cares, that you've built, that you love, that you care about and cares about you. And that's a nice comfort to have. It's the same way that, people who actually enjoy their jobs, they do probably because the community is kind of nice. It's nice to go talk to people at work. It's nice to work with clients that you get along with, that you get to joke with. It feels the same way to us as a guy who's in sales or a girl who's in, marketing or whatever whatever you're doing. I think like when you have the community, it helps you kind of feel okay again a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that we're all going through shit. So it's like no one's exempt.
That's why I did this show.
Yeah.
You go look at everyone's social media, it's everybody's highlights.
Yeah.
And this is the fucking total opposite of that page.
Right. This is the Notstagram.
The lowlights,
yeah.
bro.
The Notstagram.
If you dread looking at your credit card statements, you are not alone. The weight of debt can be crippling, but Upstart can help you on your path to financial freedom. Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan, and it's all online. So whether you're paying off high credit cards, whether you're consolidating high interest debt, or you're funding personal expenses, over 1 million people have used Upstart to get one fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date. So rather than looking at your credit score alone, Upstart considers other factors like your income, your current employment, and your credit history to find you a smarter rate for your loan. You can check your rate without impacting your credit score in minutes for loans between $1,000 all the way up to $50,000. You can even receive funds as fast as one business day after accepting your loan. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/honeydew. That's upstart.com/honeydew. Don't forget to use my URL to let them know I sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Upstart.com/honeydew. Athletic Greens, the health and wellness company that makes comprehensive daily nutrition really simple. Look, it's my favorite new thing every day, and I've been using it for a while now. I don't get to eat right all the time. I don't. And also, sometimes I choose not to. So I know I need to get my nutrients. I know I need to get my vitamins every single day. I'm using Athletic Greens. I take a little pouch, drop it in my water, boom, off I go. With so many stressors in life, it's difficult to maintain effective nutritional habits and give our bodies the nutrients it needs to thrive. AG1 by Athletic Greens, the category-leading superfood product, brings comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition to everybody. And to help each of us be at our best, they simplify the path to better nutrition by giving you the one thing with all the best things. One tasty scoop of AG1 contains 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients, including a multivitamin, multi-mineral, probiotic, green superfood blend, and more in one convenient daily serving. The special blend of high-quality, bioavailable ingredients in a scoop of AG1 work together to fill the nutritional gaps in your diet, support your energy and focus, aid with gut health and digestion, and support a healthy immune system, effectively replacing multiple products or pills with one healthy, delicious drink. It's lifestyle friendly, so whether you're eating keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, or gluten-free, and it contains less than 1 gram of added sugar. There are no GMOs, no nasty chemicals, or artificial anything while keeping it tasting good. I'm telling you, it's great. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you an immune-supporting free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase if you visit athleticgreens.com/honeydew today. Again, simply visit athleticgreens.com/honeydew to take control of your health and give AG1 a try. Now, let's get back to the do. You're right about breaking points. I mean, I had my own that was crazy health for 6 months, but I dated a girl. Her name's Libby. We're still really good friends. This was 2000. She'll probably hear this. So what's up, girl?
What's up, girl?
And at the time,
she's turning it up right now in the car. She's like,
oh my God.
Well,
her brother, her younger brother, was born with cancer in his eye, and they had to remove his eye at birth.
Jesus.
And then they gave him radiation, and they didn't realize back then that the radiation could cause later in life problems. So he kept having problems. Well, this tumor kept growing, and they told him they were going to Michigan. Keeps coming up. I'm pretty sure it was Detroit. They were going to some world-renowned specialist there that said, like, the main artery that runs into the heart is growing over this tumor, and I've got to be able to remove that tumor from the artery, and basically everyone needs to come here and say their goodbyes.
Wow.
Because the odds of this are not great.
Right.
She flies. She's dealing with so much at the time, and then gets there, and she's talking to me on the phone, in the car with her mom. They've just left the hospital. Their uncle's right behind them. They're just running down the street to get food for everybody to bring back or some clothes or something. And I hear her say, she goes, "Oh, my head." And then I hear the phone drop, and I hear her mother start screaming her name, like someone just pulled up and shot her in the head. And what I find out later is the stress and everything hit her. She had a full-on seizure. She's never had another one. She had a full-on seizure. Her mom's got her son in the hospital. They say, by the way, he lived, saying he's going to die. And then her daughter's in the car with her having a seizure right now. And this woman is losing it. And it was all a system shutdown. It was system overload and fuck this, reset.
Turn off the lights.
And she's lucky. She's never had a problem again with it. But it was a one and done, like full-on holy shit.
Wow. I mean, have you ever had a physical thing where your body stops?
Yeah, when I split from my daughter's mom, I ended up getting kidney stones, and then they went away. But then my legs started clotting hard, both legs. To when I went to the hospital. I've talked about it on here, so people are like, here we go. But anyway, I'm sitting in the Star Wars movie a few years back, 2016. And I'm rubbing my legs, and I can feel my veins through my jeans. I'm like, what the fuck? I call the hospital, like, you're clotting. You need to get here right now. So I drive there, and they ask me, because my legs are black and blue, and they're like, is someone at home hurting you? And I was like, come on, for real. We have to ask.
My daughter.
Like, my
daughter's
3-year-old
fucking me up.
fucking
It's
me
bad.
up.
You won't believe what she's doing.
And it was crazy. It was 6 months of them thinking, I've said it before, and I actually like saying it because it's so powerful to me. They're like, you may have leukemia, you might have lymphoma. They're telling me all these things. And then they're like, we're running blood tests. You have to wait 2 weeks to find out if you have cancer. And I'm just like, what are you talking about?
Thanks. This will be a fun 2 weeks.
The oncologist gives me his personal cell phone number. And he's like, if you have any problems, call me. I'm like, this is your... He's like, yeah. I said, I've never been more scared in my life. He's like, you seem pretty calm. Like, what am I going to do? You just gave me your personal cell phone number and I can call you on Sunday if I need to. He's like, yeah. I go, that means you think something might happen. He's like, just call me if you need me. I'm like, oh my God, dude.
Damn.
And then I went in, and when the lady said, she wasn't supposed to tell me. She's like, how are you? I'm like, I'm scared to death. You know, I don't know what I'm about to hear. And she's like, I'm not supposed to tell you, but you're fine. And I was like, I don't have cancer. She's like, no. I was like, oh. She's like, how do you feel? I go, I just feel like a monkey's off my back.
Yeah.
And then she said, well, I'm going to tell you something. It's my job every day to tell people in here that they have cancer. And today I got to tell you that you didn't. And I'm telling you, from my point of view, go fucking celebrate that shit tonight. And I was like, I am definitely going to do that.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That's wild.
Yeah. So I ended up with this fucking blood disease that I didn't know I had that I have.
What is it called?
It's called Factor V Leiden.
You made that up. He forgot what it was. It's called 9285 go route. Hook slant cowboy run. You're giving me football plays of the line.
It means
Factor 5.
Yeah, 5 means my blood's thick. It's prone to clotting. 8, factor 8, I've been told, is the thin. The people who have
thin blood
bleed out.
Yeah.
So I have thick blood that's prone to clotting, and I'm the asshole on the plane that has to wear my compression pants and then get up and go.
Do you
stand
do that?
I have to. Yeah.
Wait, they're just compression. They're not.
I don't wear the socks. I have to wear the pants. The full like if I pulled my pants off, I'd look like T.O. running up and down the fucking plane, running my 40.
But wait, isn't it good that your blood clots faster? Isn't it? It's better to clot faster than slower, right?
But it also can clot in my body and send clots to my heart, my brain, my lungs.
Right.
That's the worry. It's not when you're cut open and then I'm going to bleed out. It's that inside me, I'm prone to throwing clots.
You know what PRP is? Do you know what that is? Platelet-rich plasma. They use this for a myriad of things.
Is this the spinning stuff?
That's exactly right. Right. Plasma. That's how they extract it, right? So they put it in a machine. You can inject it in all sorts of stuff.
This is Lance Armstrong used to do this shit.
Well, PRP is the thing that a lot of athletes
and
use.
I agree. This is what they get in trouble for, right?
No. This is totally legal.
It should be. It's your
okay.
Going back into your body, right?
Yeah, this is totally okay.
Okay.
And regular people use it all the time for when you get stem cell injections, sometimes like that. PRP helps for like, they'll put it for stimulation of growth, either like your hair, your muscles, your back. There's a million different ways that PRP helps. But the platelet-rich plasma, it gets divided. I did this one time. I got it done.
You did?
Yeah. And
what do you do?
And when the doctor separated it twice, he couldn't believe how fast the blood clotted. And he was like, that's a little weird. And it got me scared as shit. Because like that, when I was...
Listen, go get tested.
No. It was okay.
Oh, okay.
I did get my blood tested. I got my blood tested thereafter because I had this other health scare for a little while.
So what are they doing for you? They're doing this to do what?
He's removing this because I want to see if plasma can help me.
Okay.
So he says, "Oh, it's clogging really fast," and he shows me how fast it's doing that. So I got really scared. So it was kind of on the heels of this other health scare that I had that I don't want to get into, but I had gone to the doctor and I had told him all about that, and he ran my blood, and ran my blood, and when he came in, kind of that feeling that you had, but it was almost like a bit for him, because he was like, "You won't believe this," and I was like upside down inside, and he goes, "This is great blood." I was like, what the fuck? I was ready to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, this is great. This looks great. You're doing, this is really, really good." He's like, "We were kind of scared that maybe because of this health scare that I had, that," he's like, "there was something that we were looking for maybe." He's like, "This is great blood." And the reason he said that is because he says, "You know, how's your diet and all that stuff?" I said, "Look, I like drinking alcohol. I eat like shit when I'm on the road. I haven't been sleeping that much. I'm doing the best I can, but I'm not going to lie. I like the sauce and I like to eat shitty foods." So I was scared he was going to be, "You won't believe this." You know, he's like, "You got fucking Velveeta in your veins, my dog."
Yeah, bro. You got Velcro in that.
But when he does that, when they do that and they give you that scare, but also it kind of turned me on to getting back to working out again. The pandemic, dude, I was putting down so much unhealthy shit, food and booze and being lazy. And then I hurt my back. I blew my back out. It's got to be 7 months now, 8 months now. I have a hairline fracture in my back.
Damn.
It's fixed now. We think. There's still a herniation on my disc. I can show you the photos. It's wild.
How'd you do that?
Running.
Just from running?
I used to run like 5.
You didn't fall?
No, I used to run like 5 to 8 miles a day, and I would run to the gym, lift, and then run home. And then he was saying I wasn't stretching enough, and I had an irritation, and I had a mini little fracture from the compression of running. I was running incorrectly, truly is what it was. Your foot's supposed to be right below your center of gravity, right? Have you ever seen, you've seen when great track runners, they do that leg kick up and it looks like they're skipping when they're warming up? That's to try to get their foot to plant directly below their center core, right? A lot of people try to run with their feet out in front of them. It's incorrect. Your feet are supposed to be below you. By the time your body hits, it should be a directly center core. If you drove a stake through my head, it should go right down through my foot, hypothetically. But I was running probably more outward. You know what I mean? I wasn't stretching enough afterwards. So I got a little herniation a little fracture, and then my disc herniated and pushing my L4, L5. And the fucking pain from that shit was...
Yeah, that back pain.
Unspeakable.
Any pain.
Dude, I was on the airplane doing this. I was rubbing my legs like you're rubbing your legs in Star Wars. And the flight attendant comes up to me and she goes, "Are you okay?" And I'm thinking, she thinks I'm a meth head, and I'm just like waiting to get to Phoenix so I can jump, hit it again. And and I go, "I'm okay. I'm all right." And she goes, "My husband has it. If you want me, I can get you ice." And I was like, "Oh," because she could tell. She could just see by looking at it. She gave me a big bag of ice, and I put it on the arch of my back. And it helped a little bit. But, dude, for 3 months, the pain for me was unbearable. Like, to a degree where I couldn't believe it. It felt shocking. Like, I tore ligaments in my leg. I've been knocked out. I've been in car accidents. I've chipped my teeth. I've broken bones. My nose has been broken 3 times. I've had all sorts of shit. Nothing was as painful as the herniation for me, because the hairline fracture was so...
I've been there.
Oh, my God, dude.
I had a herniated disc. Got fucked up because they didn't train us properly in weight training in 9th grade. And they were just telling us to go do the squats.
Hard as you can, lift it.
Yeah, and get on your name on the wall up here. They don't care how you get it up. They don't tell you to keep your back straight. No, just go in there and throw that weight up.
Yeah, bend down. Use your back to pick up those weights.
So many of us have fucked up backs still from high school.
From sports. Sports, yeah.
And I got to a point where I was working at E at the time, and I'm out on these shoots. and I can't fucking feel my leg. I can't feel it. And every night I lay in bed, and it's to the point of where I'm almost in tears from the fucking pain.
Same.
And I would get in my car, and I would sit, and I would just move millimeters until I could find a sweet spot. Not a spot where I'm like, that feels great.
No.
A spot where I could drive without crying and wanting to just veer into traffic and kill myself and that person. Okay? Like, I know where you've been. So my friend says he got an epidural for his.
Yeah.
So I go to get this epidural, right? And I lay on the bed, and the doctor shows me the needle. I'm like, that fucking thing? He's like yeah.
Big.
Oh, bro.
It's like 2 feet.
And then we're talking and whatever, and he goes, okay, you're done. And I laugh. And he's like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, come on. He's like, we're done. I go, no. You didn't even touch my body. He's like, you didn't feel that? I go, no. He's like, listen to me. I turn around. He's like, we're done. He's like, you didn't feel that? I go, I didn't feel anything. He goes, okay. I want you to come back in 2 weeks. Just chill out and come back in 2 weeks. I come back again. He does another one. That one, I mean, man, I can still mentally think about it because that medicine touched the nerve. And I don't know if you ever stick your tongue on a battery, or even worse, you ever get shocked by an electric fence?
I was licking batteries as a kid. That's why we get along. I was licking batteries.
I think they stopped making them because of that.
Like, these kids are licking these
put them on your braces and shit. But
chewing on tinfoil with braces.
We should do the electric fence. We have an electric fence near us, and we touch it, but then you grab somebody else.
You grab your friend and they hit it.
You hold on. You hold on to those motherfuckers. That's what it feels like.
That's what it felt like.
And
a surge.
Man, it shot like lava down my leg, and I was like, oh, fuck. But it worked. I've only had to have, I'd say in the 15 years of fucking it up, I've probably had that procedure like 3 times.
So I never got one. I never got the shot because I didn't want to go through with it because they were like, once you start, you keep doing. You usually keep doing.
They say it's maintenance. And it could be, but my doctor was straight up. He goes, listen, Ryan, I'm not going to let you do this. Eventually, we'll figure something else out. But he's like, if you keep shooting this, it'll be dust. He's like, it will turn it to dust.
Right.
So.
Yes,
I've done it 3 times.
That's why I don't want. I don't want to start. I don't want to start.
I'll go with you.
I don't want to start it because then you get hooked. I don't want to get hooked.
I'm telling you, I've had 3 in 15 years. I would. If somebody told me they did cocaine 3 times in 15 years, I would not say they're hooked.
No, but you need it now forever. Now you're going to keep doing it. I want to get to a place where I don't need to get stabbed.
I'll need a wheelchair eventually, probably. I'm really probably going to need one.
Cut to this right now. You and me in the chairs, 20 years.
I'm going hard if I'm in a chair, though. I'm not
why
gonna
not? I want a nice chair, too. I want a real nice chair. Give me with spinners on that.
Mm-hmm.
Spin me out, baby.
Spin me.
What did you say to me before the show that made me laugh? If you told you 120 years ago, if you said, I'm going to go get
you said you're going to
700 more horses.
Yeah, you said you're going to go soup your car up with 250 more horsepower.
Yeah.
And I said, could you imagine if we were in the fucking old days in the fields and you just came over to me like, I'm just going to go get 250 more horses.
Yeah, 250 more horses.
Put it on this wagon.
Put it on this one wagon.
750 horses on this one wagon.
All right, you guys ready?
This selfish son of these guys are over here with their one horse, like, yeah, this selfish son of a
I gotta probably gotta be Tommy Lee on the drums with all the whips. Come on, let's go.
What a time.
Yeah, what a time to be alive. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a fast car for no other reason than man, do I love fast cars.
All right, let me ask you about this because we've talked about your dad before.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
38.
38. Do you want to be a dad?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
You went high pitched on me a little bit.
No, yeah, I do. I just think it's not up to me. It's up to the universe.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Are you trying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you actively want to be a father?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
I do. I just say like if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, and that's okay. That kind of thing. And I'm not 28 anymore.
Yeah.
38's a different world. But I've come to some semblance of like acceptance over like, well, it's okay if not. There's this weird pressure, just like this weird pressure to get married, move in with people and be in long-term relationships and cohabitate and create these kind of family structural units, which I'm not saying they're good or bad. It's people can make their own decisions in life, but there is societal pressure also to like make a family. And so having a kid thing was always on a back burner because I was working like a dog. And then now it's like, well, I do want to do that, but there is a piece of me that says if it doesn't happen, that's also okay.
But if it does, how do you feel your anxiety or issues You feel?
I don't think it would change much. I mean, look, I
think it would be worse.
No, I don't think so. I really don't. I'm not going to sit here and be like, it's going to make everything better. But I don't think it's going to make anything worse. I'll say that. I'll probably be the same man that I am.
You will be.
With or without a kid.
Yeah,
but I'll also be, I think it'll force me to have more involvement outside of my own shit, which I think that's what's healthy about kids for people. I always see that like they become more of another thing.
Well, this is the thing. You're worried about how much of a person you are outside of comedy.
Totally.
Wait till you see who you are when you have a kid.
Right. Then you become you don't
have a choice.
Right.
You got to become a good person.
That's the healthy
I mean, well, you have
version
a
of it.
choice. You could be a shitty person.
You could just not talk to the kids.
Right.
I mean, you have 3 kids in Oklahoma that you don't talk to, but we're not,
I spread them around, bro. It's Texas.
Texas.
I mean, they might have settled in
they might up north.
Oklahoma.
There was cheaper land up there.
They might have moved up to Oklahoma.
I got a buddy that I think has a kid in Ireland.
What do you mean?
We were out there together, and he, Irish Catholic girls, they're as fertile as Mexican chicks. I mean, they have kids, they're popping them all out. And he hooked up with this girl all night long. They were hooking up, and we were young. We were 20, 21 maybe. I mean, they were both ripe. You know what I mean? And they hung out all night long. I don't know if it was more than one day that they were hooking up, but they were like in love. They were good kids. You know what I mean? They were like rabbits. And then we left Ireland, and he never knew who this girl was, never spoke to her again, but he certainly wasn't bagging it. He didn't bag it at all. He was flying free.
No.
So I think he might have a little Irish kid running around. We joke about it all the time. I said, I bet you do, dude.
How long ago?
Well, look, it's what? It was 18 years ago. The kid's got to be in college.
Now you can look them up because you don't know child support. Now's the time to start researching.
So you're my real father, are you?
What if it was tomorrow?
You're going to finally pay for college? Are you going to pay for my college? You got away for 18 years, Pops. Pay for my schooling. Yeah, I think about that all the time. Of like, could I have been a dad before? But I was always safe before. I was in college. I was so scared.
Always?
I was so scared. Unless it was a girlfriend. But I was always so scared.
Well,
in college.
still a girlfriend.
No, but I knew it didn't happen. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that was different. At least if I was out being a college kid, it was like.
And you never see that person again.
So
You never
scared.
know.
I was so scared. I was so scared, and I got an STD in college, and I had a condom on.
How the fuck did you do that?
It's a skin rash. It was like I was so scared and I didn't know what to do, and I went to the campus doctor. She laughed at me. I was like, do you think I could die from this? She was like, what are you, fucking nuts? It's on your pelvis. She's like, shut up. She gave me like one pill and some cream. It was gone like 12 hours. She's like, you're at Arizona State. This is the only thing you're worried about?
Arizona State.
A guy came in here with herpes on his ear. You're fine. You're going to be fine.
He was just listening.
Yeah,
to that pussy.
Tell me again, baby. Say it again.
Herpes on your motherfucking
Like
ear,
man.
man.
He was
What are
listening.
you
She's like, you never listen to me. He's like, I am now.
I'm all on
Tell
it,
me,
girl.
baby. Say
Tell
what you
me,
want to
tell me.
say.
Make that pussy talk.
No, she was mocking me almost. Yeah, but I spent all that time avoiding making a baby. And then now you're like, well, now I'm actively trying.
I did too forever. And
So
then I
weird.
wondered, could I? You know, because I'm 40 when I did it.
You had a kid at
Could
40?
I mean, 40 is when she got pregnant. So I was 41 when
Was she
she
40?
was born. She was 39.
Right. So you're cutting it. You're getting
Yeah.
right to the edge of possibilities.
And I was like, all right, let's go for it. So we just did one to do one. Not with, and
What do you
then
mean to do? What do you mean
just
did one?
we didn't look at apps or timing
right.
or
We didn't do
anything.
the-
We just
right.
had my friend calls it married people sex. We just blowing loads in each other, you know.
Flying.
And then it was get an app and all right, here's my ovulate, here's the dates, here's
Right.
the this. Second time didn't work, and then the third one did. And I knew when it was because it was after Larson's baby shower, and I told her I was in the middle of the day. I was like, "We got baby stank on us right now. This is how
We
you
gotta
get
go
a
get
baby."
it.
Go.
Yeah.
We went home and day fucked.
Day fucking is the
and
best.
I
fucking.
knew.
Love
I was
day
like,
fucking.
"That's the one," and that was the one.
Your daughter should have been called Day.
Day.
Day Sickler.
Day.
Hey, Day, come
I'm
here.
gonna start calling her Day.
Come here, Day. Come here, Day. Come here near Papa. Why do you call me Day, Papa? It's my favorite time. I love the day.
Get that afternoon one on. It was
I
on
like
a
day
Saturday,
fucking.
you know.
Do you fucking do you like it at night or
My
in the morning?
preference is night. My preference is
Really?
night. I'm a night person.
First
I like
thing in the
comedy at night.
I love
I'm a
it.
night
First
person.
thing in the morning. Give it to me right
I
as we
don't
wake
mind
up.
the mornings.
I like stankin' ass breath.
Yeah.
I like nasty sheets.
I can't smell it now anyway. So it's
That's
all
right.
good.
You're still
Mhm.
on that. You stink. You can't smell or taste still.
There's a smell in the air now. Like I was walking yesterday.
How long has it been, dude? A year and
a year in December. I was walking with my daughter and Eva, and we're walking. I go, is there garlic in the air right now? She's like, no, that's it's like pine tree that got cut down. I'm like, that smells just like the
garlic
dinner
to
we
me.
had the other night. Yeah,
Wow.
that's like the smell.
So when you're eating dinner, you're not tasting dinner at all.
No.
Damn.
No, I taste things. I'll taste chemical. Like there's a taste, but it's certainly not what it tastes like.
What do they say? Is you going to get it
I was
back?
to say, my doctor, I said to him, I go, hey, man. And my doctor's awesome. He's the one that's found everything wrong and helped me with it.
Yeah.
I go, man, I still can't smell. And he's like, really? I go, yeah, you said that shit was going to be like 6 months or whatever. I go, we're coming up on a year. And he just looked at me and goes, yeah, it's fucked up. I go, seriously, that's all you're going to say?
That's it. So it's over.
I don't need any med school. I go, is it ever going to come back? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, get the fuck out. He's like, well, you're saying things are happening now. I go, yeah. He's like, so maybe something's happening. I go, I don't need, again, I got that.
Yeah. Dude, you're the only one I know that's lasted that long.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm the only one out of everybody I know that's got it that's lasted this long. I don't know one other person. I know people are out there, but personally, I'm the only one that's still affected with smell and taste. And it's been a year in 2 weeks.
Did you even get the vaccine? Or did you get it while you had the vaccine? No.
I got it in like December of last year and then got vaccinated. I think it was like March the first one and April the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been fine since, but just the smell and the taste.
God, bro, that's so long.
It's way too long.
I can't wait till it comes back for you.
Me too.
It will. I think it will.
I hope so.
I pizza was the thing I ate that brought me back. A piece of
really?
pizza.
I
Yeah.
wish. I've had plenty of that.
I know.
I've had plenty of fucking pizza. Joe should have did it that night.
So are you even
I eat
enjoying
by
food?
memory. At first I gained weight because I was just like depressed or whatever, bummed. And then I was like, fuck this. And I dropped like 20 pounds, 15 pounds, I'll be honest. And then I just started eating normal again, but just by memory.
Mm.
You know, I know what that fucking pizza tastes like. I know what a cheeseburger tastes like.
But does it taste good?
But the minute something tastes, like I could start to taste chemicals in food. You know what I mean? Like
That's wild.
when I go get a Chick-fil-A sandwich, I can taste that oil and stuff in it that you can't normally taste.
Whoa.
It sucks.
Damn.
It's all good. I'm alive. I don't care. I'm alive.
Yeah, you're fine. You're
I'm
good.
alive.
God, bro, that is so crazy. A friend just hit me up and said they got COVID this morning. Literally this morning. We're supposed to do something on Thursday.
Back to the morning. You're like the fuck in the morning. That's your spot.
Fuck in the morning, dude. I'm fucking in the morning. I don't, something about how dirty we are in the morning. You're nasty. The sheets are all fucked up. And I like that our breath smells. I like that you have stinky breath. I like that you're not your sexiest. I like that your hair is all fucked up.
I do like the fucked up hair and
I just
stuff.
like we look like shit together.
Get
We're
your
like,
night
because we're
pants.
animals.
Yeah.
I like the animal thing. Because when we go out to a nice dinner and you have wine and you have a meal and you get home and you're like tired and swollen from being out and talking and hanging, I don't want to fuck. I want to go to bed.
I want to fuck and then eat.
Oh, okay. So I can fuck and then
I'm
go
talking
out.
about like a little 8 o'clock fucking and then
Yeah.
we go get a little 9:30 dinner.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But
Or
after
order
being
in.
out, I don't want to come home.
No,
and that's
all
not for
full
me.
and everything.
No, I'm exhausted. But first thing in the morning because it's sloppy. It's gross. The only problem is if you have a dog, you got to make sure the dog is not around because the dog will just sit on the bed and watch you fuck. And you catch a glimpse of the dog, it's the worst shit on earth because they're just like, "What are you doing? What are you doing to her?" That looks like it hurts.
hurts.
The dog thing drives me fucking
That
nuts.
afternoon one's a good one too. On like a Saturday, that
Oh,
surprise
yeah.
attack, come back
Oh,
from Target or
yeah.
something, and just
Yeah.
get it.
Especially
Don't even
if
know what's
they're
coming.
getting out of
What
the
are you
shower
doing? Are you
or
serious?
something.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
serious.
right now.
Yeah, right now?
Give it to me
Yeah.
right now.
Right now.
Look down. I'm ready
Yeah.
to take off. You can hit the button on this thing. It's gone. Sometimes I'm in the middle of the night too. That's even weirder. If I wake up in the middle of the night to like piss or something, sometimes I'll nudge and be like, "Hey."
Like a 2 a.m.er?
Yeah, sometimes in the dead middle of the night, 2, 3 in the morning. Sometimes I'll get away with it. Most of the time, she's like, "Get the fuck out of here." They don't.
Just
like it.
sword off me.
Well, they're
goddamn.
just dumb. They're
I'm
over it. They're like, "Get
sleeping.
out of here. I'm tired." But
Yeah.
your testosterone, you're actually your testosterone peaks the highest first thing in the morning. So technically, men are more prone to have sex earlier
Is
in
that
the day.
why we wake up with erections?
Mhm. Your testosterone is peaking in first thing in the morning. It's when your testosterone levels are the highest. Apparently, is first thing in the morning. That's why it's harder. A lot of guys don't like to fuck at night because you're like, I don't know if I can go to bed. I've been working all day.
I'm just a night I've always been. I mean, we all are.
Yeah, no, I am. I mean,
you have to be a night person.
But at night, I like to work.
Yeah,
like my brain is in firing mode instead of in, like sexy turned on mode. That doesn't get there for me at night. Usually, I'm thinking about what's coming up or what I'm doing or where I'm going, and that clogs. You know what I mean? That clogs up that part of my brain.
That's what I use to unclog it. That's exactly what I'm using to unclog.
Do you like to smoke? Do you like to smoke and then have sex?
I smoke all the time anyway, so it doesn't bother me. But I do like to smoke and then have sex because my senses are heightened.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Music sounds really good. I feel like the feeling of it was really good.
Yeah, I don't like to fucking.
I don't drink. I'm drinking.
Well, I don't like to. I don't like to get drunk and fuck either. That's not fun. I mean, maybe when we were young, it was just like a supplement of getting over nerves. But now as an adult, sober fucking. I'm out here sober fucking.
Yeah,
I don't want anything in my body. Just because I'll feel a lot better than
spoken like a true man. I don't want anything in my body during sex.
Get these beads out of my ass now. Don't put those beads in there. I was sleeping. Nothing in my body.
Oh my God.
All right, Papa. Daddy got to go.
I know we got to get you out of here right now. No. Right now. We're going to wrap this up.
I love you. I love you. And I'm happy that I came back and did this.
I'm glad you're...
this sits on my desk, by the way, this HoneyDew cup. This is one of 4 mugs. I've got this. Who used this before me?
You. Everybody gets a new... Why would I ever give somebody a used mug?
I don't know what she's up to. I don't know what your producer's up to.
We washed.
She's like, he left it.
They're in a box. We washed them.
It's
yours.
Look
at the bottom.
It's yours, Rogan, and Mark Maron are the 3 mugs that sit on my desk. Yeah, I'll send it. I'm going to send it to you.
That's yours too. Now you got a double. Right, now you can bookend Rogan and Maron's podcast mugs with mine.
Oh, your mugs are much nicer.
Thank you.
Maron's looked like he made it in his shed.
He's just back there with a
kiln. Rogan doesn't even know he had
firing
mugs.
Up the
yeah.
He doesn't even know.
He's like, those are ours.
We give gift bags?
Yeah. Are we giving away Teslas every time someone does the show?
Tesla.
Yeah. Take a Model 3, dude, on your way out. Thanks, dude. Yeah. I got to go down there. I haven't been to Austin. Have you seen Tommy and those guys?
I've seen him here, not down there.
I saw him in Cancun. We linked up in Cancun for that thing. That was the last time I've seen anybody because those guys all... Actually, I was in Austin beginning of pandemic to go say hi to Joe and because I was going to Dallas. But otherwise, everybody left us, man.
Everybody's gone.
It's all good. It's us. We're here.
Well, I love you, brother.
I love you. Thank you, man.
Plug whatever. Tour, all of it.
Yeah, come see me. I said at the beginning, come see me. Go to andrewsantino.com for the tickets. andrewsantino.com. Come see me. Otherwise, that's the only way to see me. That and the Bad Friends Show podcast and Whiskey Ginger. I'm not going to be back on TV until, who knows? I mean, we're not shooting season 3 of Dave until July.
I've watched
If we do it, we might not even do it.
Really?
Yeah, man, FX. I mean, they have to close a deal and Dave is making music. So, they said maybe this summer. But otherwise, I'm chilling. I did a couple of movies. I did a Netflix movie with Kevin Hart. And
hell yeah.
That'll come out. I'd said it like I'm in the movie with him. It's his movie. I'm in a scene in the movie.
It's still his movie.
No, it was fun. Him and Mark Wahlberg. So anyway, go to andrewsantino.com. Buy those tickets. Come see me live. That's how you want to indulge in comedy. You want to help the vibe. Come see me live. That's
there it is. As always, RyanSickler.com. Ryan Sickler on all social media. Talk to y'all next week.